Hey, what's up, guys? It's Matt here, coming to you live on this beautiful NFL Sunday, talking to you about live betting strategies. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. So live betting can be very, very difficult because of the odds. The odds are constantly changing, even on a game that's not live. The odds are constantly changing. But when the games are actually currently being played and there are plays happening on the field, live betting can be even more difficult to get like bets in and stuff before odds change and stuff. So the reason why, let me zoom in here. So the reason why I am recording this video is to talk about live betting strategies and how you can use OddsJam to place live bets. Now, I know live betting is very fun when it's not frustrating, when you are able to get bets in. So I'm just going to talk to you about my live betting strategy. Let me make my max odds here plus 200. And let's go. So I mentioned how hard it can be to place bets when the games are currently going on. So what I like to do, in the best strategy, is to find games that are at some sort of stoppage. So we see Jets Browns halftime, Jags Colts halftime, Bucks Saints halftime. Couple games close to halftime, like the Patriots Steelers, the Panthers, Giants close to halftime. So what you do, instead of just looking at the EV page and finding a play and then going and locking it in, what I like to do is games that I know are at halftime, I literally just control F. So like Jags, Colts, control F, Colts. We see that you could get the Jaguars minus 15.5 at plus 115 on BetMGM. The next game, Jets, Browns. You literally just look Jets. Same thing. Looks like all over the interesting. So you can get the Jets money line, Browns minus 5.5, and the Jets plus 3.5. So you can get multiple different bets in on the Jets one. So that's it for the bets that are available. So looking at control F, literally searching for the team that is at halftime is very, very important. The next thing that you need to do when you are live betting, open up and have the sports books already logged in. So I didn't do this, obviously, but that's the important thing to do when you are live betting. You literally open up every single sports book and then you log in and then you start looking. So that way, when you are going to place a bet, you're already logged in. So you don't need to go in and do all the hassle because the odds might change by the time you've already clicked it. So that's another thing. And then in terms of actual strategies, in terms of like placing bets and stuff, a lot of the strategies that you want to use for live betting is the same for pregame. So like you want to look at market width that's 25 and below, right? You want to look for plays that are true outliers when looking across all the different markets. And the cool thing about live betting, it can be really profitable because you can see some insane live different lines on the different sports books. Like like this one, the Jags plus 15.5 on BetMGM. This is actually a really good one. If BetMGM didn't have me limited, I would go ahead and lock this one in, but I can't. We can see how much I can put on it. But I like this one a lot. So if you're watching this, I would take the Jags minus 15.5. FanDuel has it at minus 106. BetRivers has it at minus 110. Circa has it at minus 112. They're actually favoring that outcome. They're favoring Jacksonville covering 15.5. You can get it at plus 115 on BetMGM. So let's just pretend that I would be able to lock this one in. So you go to NFL, and I should have already been locked in, but logged in, I should say, but I wasn't. So you want to go to spreads. You want to go to Jags minus 15.5. So you can actually get this one in. I'll put like 0.17 cents is all they let me get. Oh, I can't even do that. Minimum is 50 cents, but that is a good one. Lock that bet in. In terms of unit sizing, I use the same Kelly criterion method. So I would put just under 2 units on this one, 1.75. Round this one up, 175, 170. But for you at home, put roughly 2 units on this one, on the Jaguars minus 15.5. And I actually really like that just from watching the game. Trevor Lawrence looks really, really good. The Colts look really bad. I'm going to have to take an L. I was really high on the Colts heading into this season. I thought they were going to be really good. They were actually one of my dark horse teams to get the 1 seed in the AFC because they have such an easy schedule. What we thought was an easy schedule, starting off against Houston, starting off against Jags. They're going to go winless. So that one I really like. Let's see some other ones here. Make sure that, let's see if anything else is at halftime. Let me refresh this bad boy. Oh, so a lot of them. All right, so we got a ton of options now. So let's keep going through. The Jaguars we talked about. Steelers team total over 12.5. This is another one. Let's check this one out. So it's plus 110. Really like this one. Another one that is really, really good. PointsBet has it at plus 110. Every other book, including Pinnacle, that is pricing this, actually has the Steelers. It's the same logic here. As the more likely scenario, going over this number, going over 12.5 points. DraftKings minus 115, BetRivers minus 122, the other side of it at minus 110, literally favoring the over. They think the over is the more likely scenario. Same thing with Pinnacle, minus 120, other side at plus 102, only 18 cents in market with. For those of you at home, another 1.75, just a 2-unit play on this one. PointsBet's another book that has me limited. And I also think that I ended up placing all my bets and I don't have any funds left on I have 3 cents left on PointsBet, but that's another one that you should go ahead and log in. That one's really good. Talked about the Jags. The Jets, money line, I don't hate. I mean, they tied it up. The game is literally tied, and you can get them at plus 190. In terms of the odds, this plus 190. So another outlier here on not as good as the other two. I definitely would unit size this one. Like I'd put half a unit on this one, but like no other book is giving you better than plus 180. Average odds plus 179. This one's okay. The over in the Commanders. Is this game at halftime yet? Almost. God, what a gross game. Over 48.5 plus 180. Looks like actually just went up to plus 200. Let me refresh this. So you see the odds are constantly changing. So I'm actually gonna avoid that one. The Ravens minus 14. That game is not at halftime yet, so we won't look at that one. Let's see what else we got here. So that's all the ones available now. But you saw how many bets came and went as I was recording this. So for those of you, again, if you're watching this live, lock in. Looks like that one changed. It was the Jaguars minus 15.5, and it was the Steelers team total over 10.5. Jaguars team total under 26.5. Let's look at this one. Plus 110 on PointsBet. Yeah, this one's good. I'd probably put half a unit, maybe a unit on this one. Sorry, just looking at some of the comments. I gave you some picks, my guy. I gave you Jaguars minus 15.5. I gave you Steelers team total. This is another one. Jaguars team total under 26.5. Pretty good odds here. Pinnacle has it. Pretty much even money play. BetMG or BetRivers minus 113, plus 110 on PointsBet is pretty good. I bet first touchdown on Aguilar. It hit, but I didn't. Doesn't say I can cash out. Not really sure what that means. I unfortunately can't help you. I don't work for the sports books, unfortunately, so I can't help you there. Nice job taking the Jags. I think that one's really good. The Colts they look terrible. Have to take an L on the Colts. All right, let's see if I can find one more pick for you guys. We got a ton of games at halftime. And that Commanders one is officially at halftime. So here we go. Take this over 44.5. It's actually plus 110 now, not plus 100. But no other book is pricing it around even money. Circa, Pinnacle think that it's the more likely scenario. Take this over 44.5 in the Commanders versus Lions. Let's see if I can lock this one in. Totals. Oh, it's locked. Sorry, can't lock that one in. Let's refresh it. I'll give you guys one more. And let's see. So this one's locked. This one, minus 350. That one must be glitched. This one shouldn't show up. Ravens minus 13.5. Let's see what we got here. Something's up with the odds. So let me see if I can. Okay, those all went away. All right, Dolphins plus 18.5. Yeah, I mean, this one's great. If let's see if we can lock in this one. We want plus. Yeah, there we go. Lock this one in. It is put about a unit on it. Put 1 unit on this one. Dolphins plus 18.5, minus 120. Look at the other two books. Look at where they're pricing this. Absolute madness where they're pricing this play. So take this one. That's my last official pick for this live betting stream. Hopefully this was helpful. If it was, let me know either in the chat before I hop off or in the comments as well. You can comment on the YouTube channel. The only other thing that I want to note is I would appreciate it if you guys would check out the Sweat the Bet channel. Let's see. So me and Parlay Doc, we have a new channel that we're posting content on, not on the OddsJam YouTube channel, just to kind of mix things up. Our own individual show, Sweat the Bet is what you can search on YouTube. You can also search it in on your podcast platforms, Sweat the Bet. Would appreciate it if you guys would check that out. We do a lot of live streams. Like we went live this morning. We'll go live before Monday night games, before Thursday night games. We'll go live as much as we can. And we'll put out our hour-long show where we preview the best games. We give our best bets. Like we each give out 3 best bets for the week. So definitely make sure to tail those. Sweat the Bet on YouTube, Sweat the Bet on your podcast platforms. And that's it. So let's see if I can find one more just because you guys stuck around. I appreciate you. Let's see if we can find one more. So we talked about it. Colts team total over 12.5. Just a gross team total. Let's see. One other book to compare. I'm going to let that one go. So the Commanders, the odds changed. Let's see. I'll try and find one more. Then I will skedaddle. Under 32.5 in Steelers Patriots. So a little bit conflicting. This one's okay. I'd probably avoid this one. Like all the other books have it around plus 100. Not terrible. I'd probably skip that one. Jags minus 12.5. I already gave you kind of a Jags one. Let's see. So none of these plays are that good. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut it off. Yeah, I'll give you a couple minutes for comments. What do you got for me? As I try to find another play. I mean, Jets money line, I don't hate. I really don't hate that one. Plus 190. Like I said, I'd put a half unit on this one. Jets money line isn't horrible. Again, they're tied. I'll give me the Bucks. I still think the Bucks are going to win. They had the muff snap. They got stuffed on 4th and 1. That game actually just started as well. The Bucks, I took the Bucks minus 2.5 as one of my official bets on the podcast. I also took this game going under in one of my official bets on the OddsJam YouTube channel. So that one is going well, at least this one. I did take the Dolphins money line. That one doesn't look great. They just score again, the Dolphins. Jeez. All right. Yeah, this one doesn't look great. I did take the Dolphins money line, unfortunately. But for my last pick, if you guys haven't locked it in yet, I have the Bengals minus 7. That is another one that I took, Bengals minus 7. That was my lock of the day. So I guess I can comment on that. For those of you who aren't familiar, every week I do 4 sharp bets. I do 1 lock. I do 1 underdog, 1 player prop, and game prop. Oh, yeah, the player prop. You can also lock this one in. I have Renfrow over 4.5 receptions. Dallas Cowboys first quarter money line. Is it plus EV? I haven't looked at any of the other games. Let's see. I do love this over in the Eagles Vikings. Take this over. This was actually one of my official bets. This is actually another one of my top 3 bets that Parlay Doc and I did on the podcast. I have this game going over. I don't see the Cowboys money line on here. First quarter money line. It might be on a different book that I don't have. I mean, if it's plus EV, then I'm not going to say no. For handicapping purposes, I don't love it. But if you can get that in, then sure. So yeah, I guess we can talk about some other bets. This over I absolutely love. This is, like I said, this is one of my official bets this is one of my official bets on the podcast. I also took this, actually think I took this under and then I cashed out because it was no longer plus EV. So I do like this going over as well. Two overs on Monday Night Football. And just look at the odds here. I mean, every other book has this minus 130, blah, 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 blah. Minus 109 on Circo. That's awesome. I love this over as well. I also like this under. I did actually officially lock in this under. If you want to look at my bet tracker, under 42 in this game, I got under 42. It's no longer EV. I can't cash it out. I checked. I was unable to cash it out, but I do like that game going under. Like the Packers offense still is kind of horrible. So yeah, hopefully this was helpful. Again, gave you some pregame picks, gave you some live bets. The halftime of the games, a lot of them I think are no longer at halftime, except for Washington, and I guess the Steelers one is too. So let's see if those two any bets. Lions minus 19.5. Let's see. The odds changed on that one. Over. Let's see. I would avoid that one. And then what was the other game? The Steelers under 32.5. This one is still available. Yeah. Okay. I actually did look at this one. I would probably put a half unit. Let's see what it says. 0.75. I'd probably round this one down to a half unit. It is an outlier, the plus 115, but if you look at the other books, they still are favoring the over as the more likely scenario. right? So it's not as good of a value as some of the other ones, but I would put half a unit on this one. But anyways, that's it. So Sweat the Bet. We appreciate it, guys. Checked that out. The podcast, checked it out on the YouTube channel as well. Obviously, OddsJam. Make sure you're following OddsJam. Me and Alex are giving out a ton of best bets for NFL and some other stuff as well. So check all that stuff out. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. Nice to get some viewership. Nice to get some comments. I'll try to do this as many times as I can. Maybe I'll go live halftime of the next games. Maybe I'll go live halftime of the night game. Anything like that, I'll try to do as much as I can. But that's it. So again, thank you guys for watching. Seriously, thank you for the comments. I actually really appreciate the comments. It helps drive this like the live stream. Obviously, being able to comment on people's comments. I really do appreciate the chat. So any live stream, hit that comment box, and that's it. So thank you guys for watching. Peace out.